Hi, welcome back to the Messy Cook 1970. Sorry I haven't posted in a little while, been super busy, but today we are going to do some granola bars. They're basically nut bars. So what we want to do today is we're going to do 2 cups of nuts. You can use any variety of nuts that you like. I generally use, it says barley, it's not barley, this is raw almonds, unsalted. So I like to do at least half of the recipe in almonds. So I'll put half a cup of almonds. I do about a 1/4 cup of cashews. I'm going to add some cashews in there. A few Brazil nuts. I'll put about 6 of there. We're going to chop these after we get our measurements out. And I like hazelnuts as well, so I'll add some hazelnuts on top. And you know what? A few more cashews just to make sure we get that 2-cup measurement. So basically, so our recipe, I will post it at the end, is 2 cups of any types of nuts you like. Pick what you want. If you want all cashews, great. All almonds, whatever you like. So we got that there. We're going to use some dried unsweetened coconut. I use flakes, but you could use, you know, desiccated. That's fine too. Also a 1/4 cup of dried cranberries. You can use any dried fruit you want. You can do a mix of cranberries, dried cherries, apricots, anything. A tablespoon of chia seed, which is right here. This just kind of gives a little extra fiber in there, although we're getting a lot of fiber anyhow. A 1/4 cup of pumpkin seeds, and a 1/4 cup of maple syrup, which is going to be our binder, a little bit of vanilla, and we're going to just a touch of salt as well. So we're going to take a second. I'm going to chop these nuts up, and we're going to come back.
Go.
Okay, so we've got the rest of the nuts chopped up here. I did a coarse chop. You don't want the nuts too big, and the reason why is once you put everything together and you've baked this in the oven, if they're too big, it tends to fall apart into kind of a granola. But hey, if you want to do a granola with this, that's perfect. So I've got the whole mix of nuts in here, as you can see. So now we're going to add in a 1/4 cup of pumpkin seeds, or pepitas as some people call them. A 1/4 cup of, this is the flaked coconut that I have. Like I said, you can use a regular desiccated, but I like the flaked. I just picked this one up on Amazon, so I have a hard time finding other places. But anyhow, so I have also a 1/4 cup of dried cranberries, so I'm going to add that in. So craisins, or you can do raisins, like I said, any dried fruit you like. 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. We're just going to add that all together. We're going to do just a little pinch of salt. It's a 1/4 teaspoon, so I'm just going to put in just a little flake there. I use the coarse salt, which is good. And then last but not least, I need 1/4 cup of, I use a pure maple syrup. I suppose you can use the non-real stuff. You got Mrs. Butterworth's or whatever you have, that's fine. This is just an Ontario one. Costco also has a really nice Kirkland one, which is your best bang for your buck. Do have some of that as well. This one is from St. Jacobs. So 1/4 cup of maple syrup, which is our binder. Let's grab a spoon here just to make sure I get all of that out. We don't want to lose any of that. That's our flavor, and that's just a hint of sweetness we want. And then we need I think it's about a teaspoon here of vanilla extract. So there is my teaspoon measure here. Oops. Oh, I can't pick up anything today. So we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of our vanilla. Sorry, I was going to say seasoning, but whatever. We all know what it is. So let's get that last little bit out. Okay, so what we want to do here is we want to give this a really great mix. It's not going to stick together completely. It will stick a little bit, but that's basically just want to get that mixed super, super well. I got stuff jumping out of there. All right, that smells wonderful. So I'm going to pull aside. You can do this in one pan with some parchment paper, or you can do these in these little bar molds that I found online. So we're going to get to that in just a second. Okay, so I've got my mixture all mixed up here. I'm going to spray, this is my mold. You can also use a 9x9 pan and chop it into 12 bars when it's done. So if you decide to do the pan, you're going to bake at 350, so preheat your oven. You have a 9x9 pan, which is our 8x8, about this big. You're going to line it with parchment paper, put the mixture in, bake it for 30 minutes at 350, take it out, cool it completely, and once it's cooled completely, then you chop it. And they should hold together pretty good. But like I said, this is why I've chopped the nuts. The first couple times I did them, I didn't chop the nuts. So I'm going to spray all of these. I didn't spray them the last time because I figured being silicone, it would, you know, do okay. But they did stick a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of dump this across the one side. I'm not sure how many we're going to get. probably about 8 or 10. So I'm just going to pour a little bit in and literally just push it into the molds here. So we just want to press that down. A little bit's going to stick to your fingers. That's okay. You can munch on that when you're done. So I'm going to continue to press these in, and we'll get back to you in just a second. All right, so I ended up with about 10 bars here. So you could do double the recipe and get the whole 16 there, but I think this is going to be plenty to last us for the week. So I've got a preheated 350 degree oven. I'm going to put it right dead center. We're going to close that up. I'm going to put these on for 20 minutes, and then I'm going to check them. The last time I did them for 20, but they were whole nuts and it did not hold together very well. So we're going to let that go for 20 minutes, and we're going to check on them, and if they need a little bit more cooking time, which is going to make sure they have a nice little brown around the edge of them, of the nuts, and if that looks good, at 20 minutes we'll take it out and cool it completely. If not, we'll leave it for another 5 minutes. All right, so we've got 3 seconds left here. We're going to take this out. Now I did put this on for an extra 5 minutes, so total 25 minutes for this size, and remember 30 minutes minimum at least for the 8x8 pan or 9x9 pan. You can see how these are kind of crispy and brown around the edges. You want those toasted, especially you'll see the cashews are nice and brown. That's kind of where you want it. So I'm going to set these aside here on the counter, and we're going to let them cool completely. It usually takes about a half an hour, so I'm going to let them cool a little bit on the pan. I'll then take them on the pan and move them to a cookie rest, and we'll get those cool, and then we'll come back and take them out and show you what they look like. Hi, okay, so our granola nut bars have cooled off. I let them cool probably for a little longer than I should have, but that doesn't really matter, about an hour. So these pop out, and of course this one's going to break a little bit anyhow, because sometimes they do. But there we go. This is our granola nut bar. You can see, looks delicious. So we're just going to set these, pop these out. This is why I sprayed in the bottom. If you don't, sometimes the, there you go, what a perfect nut. You can see the back is nice and crispy. So 25 minutes with these works perfect. Like I said, about 30 minutes if you're doing the other ones. So these will last in a sealed container for at least a week or so actually. And yeah, they're nice and crispy. They're a great snack. They're super filling, full of protein. Not too sweet, but just enough that you can enjoy it. So I'm just going to get these layered. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, post it at the bottom or just leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to my page and share with your friends. And, you know, there is a little notification for when I do have a new video. If you want to hit that button, that'll pop up, and I'll be getting some more videos out to you this week. Thanks for watching. Take care.